Good evening, all. It's a distinct pleasure to welcome you all to one of the seventh session, Test and Improve HR Solutions, a defining stage in our design thinking for HR innovation and reimagining process excellence by Bridgeview Academy in association with FirJob Human Capital and Genta Recruit. This is Dr. Shanti Neelakannan, Academic Director, Bridgeview Academy, and I'm truly delighted to see you all there as we move into one of the most critical phases of the design thinking journey. Test and improve HR solutions is where ideas are rigorously validated, assumptions are challenged, and insights are transformed into actionable enhancements. The stage empowers us to redefine our solutions through real feedback, ensuring they are not only innovative but also practical, scalable, and impactful in real world HR environments. Your participation in this phase is vital. It is your perspectives, reflections, and critical thinking that will elevate these solutions from concepts to meaningful organizational interventions. With that, I now invite Ms. Jancy Jose to take the session forward. Thank you, and over to you, Jancy. Please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to all who have gathered here. So I hope today we will have a wonderful interactive session. Yes, so we are moving to the seventh session today. In total, we have 8 sessions. So today is the 7th session, but the last stage of design thinking actually. So yes, so till now we have gone through each steps. I hope you all might have at least tried to implement whatever we have learned in all these sessions, because all the sessions were complete, like as of we had both theory kind of discussing the like the terms, and also we had the tasks also was included in each session. So I hope you all might have tried implementing. If not, please try implementing it step by step. Yes, okay. Yeah, so let's start for today's session. So as I told you already, today is the last step of design thinking that we are going to see. Yeah, let me share my screen. Yes, I hope you all can see my screen. Yes, so today it is test and improve HR solutions. Till this, we have learned many tools. So finally, we have reached that stage where we can test all those tools. Today, we will be seeing like completely about how to deal with this step actually. In the last session, that is tomorrow's session, we will be just dealing like all the tools that we have done till now. So I already know that a few of you have not joined those the initial sessions. So I hope you all might have like watched the video. If not, please do watch it. Okay, yes. So this is about me. Those who don't know about me, like those who are new again. So please, those who would like to connect to me, yeah, please connect me here on LinkedIn. Yeah. Yes. So today's session, we are going to see all these titles, that is understand the test phase in design thinking, learn user testing methodologies for HR solutions, explore techniques to gather feedback effectively, apply the frameworks, because we have a little bit, these kind of frameworks are also included, analyze test results to identify improvement areas. The step is meant for that, actually improving whatever we have, the faults or the wrong things that we have come across. Learn how to iterate solutions and embrace failure as learning. So iteration, the prototype iteration, we have done that in last session. I hope you all remember. Yes, moving to the session. So here we comes with like, this includes all the steps of design thinking. We have starting from here, that is the empathy. We have done it, which was the first step. Then define, the second step. The third step is ideate. Fourth step, prototype, we have completed last week. And test, the final step of design thinking, we will be handling it today. Fine. So now, for those who have not watched the session, I mean the session videos or some like, I think we can consider this as a recap actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm sharing a small video where you can get the recap of all the steps that we have done, that we have discussed. So that part we will do today. So yeah, let me share my screen again. That's a small video. You can just go through it.
Design thinking is a 5-step process to come up with meaningful ideas that solve real problems for a particular group of people. The process is taught in top design and business schools around the world. It has brought many businesses lots of happy customers and helped entrepreneurs from all around the world to solve problems with innovative new solutions. Step 1. Empathize. The purpose of Step 1 is to conduct interviews that give you an idea about what people really care about. We need to empathize with their situation. For example, if you want to help old people, you might find that they want to keep the ability to walk around. In your conversations, they might share with you different ways they can do that. Later into the interview, you'll want to dig a little deeper, look for personal stories or situations where things became difficult. Ideally, you redo the process with many people with the same problem. Step 2. Define the problem. Looking at the interviews, you can now understand the actual needs that people are trying to fulfill with certain activities. One way to do that is to underline the verbs or activities that the people mentioned when talking about their problems, like going for a walk, meeting old friends for tea, or simply going grocery shopping around the corner store. You might realize it's not so much about going out, but more about staying in touch. After your analysis, formulate a problem statement. Some elderly are afraid to be lonely. They want to stay connected. Step 3. Ideate. Now focus only on the problem statement and come up with ideas that solve the problem. The point is not to get a perfect idea, but rather to come up with many ideas, like unique virtual reality experiences, senior-friendly hoverboards, or a modified pushcart. Whatever it is, sketch up your best ideas and show them to the people you are trying to help, so you can get their feedback. Step 4. Prototype. Now take a moment to reflect on what you have learned from your conversations about the different ideas. Ask yourself, how does your idea fit in the context of people's actual lives? Your solution could be a combination of a new idea and what is already being used. Then connect the dots, sketch up your final solution, and go build a real prototype that's just good enough to be tested. Step 5. Test. Now test your prototype with actual users. Don't defend your idea in case people don't like it. The point is to learn what works and what didn't, so any feedback is great. Then go back to ideation or prototyping and apply your learning. Repeat the process until you have a prototype that works and solves the real problem. Now you are ready to change the world or open shop. To experience design thinking firsthand, do the free Virtual Design Thinking crash course from Stanford's D-School.
Yeah. So this is what, those who have not attended the first starting sessions, maybe I think 2 or 3 sessions, some of you might have skipped it. So I think you might have got some idea regarding like the design thinking. So these are the steps that we have gone through finally into the testing stage. Yes. So yeah, shall we will move to the further part of the session. Let me share my screen. Yes. So now, yeah, here we start the first slide of our testing stage. So see, test phase in HR design thinking. So today we are we will be focusing on the final stage. I already told you this is the final step or final stage of design thinking, that is testing. So this is the stage where our ideas actually meet the real users. So because whatever we have built till now, it is for implementing, right? So it should be helpful for the end user or the real user. So in HR, this means like validating systems with onboarding or HR solutions like leave approvals, so leave portals or some those things. The goal is to improve the employee experience through the feedback. So because we are at the final stage, so feedback is having a very, very important role in this stage. So remember that testing is not the end, it is a continuous loop, because I already told you the all the 5 steps of design thinking is not a linear kind of, it is non-linear. That means it does not start from the first and then go to the next, and finally it will reach the final stage and it will end. No, it will, if whenever we find something wrong we have done in between the steps, we go back again, we correct that part and then come back to the next stages. So this is a non-linear kind of thing. Yes, moving to the next. So what is actually testing in HR? Because we know that testing in we know regarding the lab test, when we do our blood test, and we know regarding the test that happens during, like, if some of the techie guys, they are doing something, they test it. But what is there to test in HR, right? So many might have this question in mind, that what is there to test in HR solutions. So testing means actually evaluating our HR solutions with actual users, because we are going to deal with the actual users in this stage. Till here, we have done the empathy part, we have done the defining part, that is finding out the real problem, then ideating, then that is finding the solution, different solution, categorizing the solution, finding out which are the relevant solutions, and then we try to implement it through the prototype, iterative prototype. Now, this stage we are going to test it with the real users, actually, that is actual users. So we observe that, like, for us it is the actual users are employees of our company, right? So we observe how employees interact with the complete system that we are implementing. So we identify gaps between expectation and reality, because we have, when we make a product, we will have uh, some kind of expectations, and what will happen as an outcome, that is like, we won't be able to find it out until or unless we try to implement it, right? So we identify the gaps between the expectations and the reality. The focus will be on usability, not only just like the functionality, like whenever we provide an or whenever we try to implement some solution, some methods, it is not like how it is going to function. We are not only focusing on that part, we focus on the usability, how our employees are able to use it. So it helps us to refine, then improve our own solutions. So that is why testing, or that is what by testing we mean in HR. Now, again, then we have another question: why testing for HR solutions? Why we need this testing? So because we know that many HR systems fail because they are not user friendly. That is the very, very important, or that is the first thing that happens actually if something is not user friendly. For example, I can say that I have worked in one of the company. In that company, we had the portal, leave application portal. So I just tried, I thought of, okay, I need a leave, I'm going to apply for the leave. So I just opened my portal. But what happened is, when I opened my portal, I was able to access only the home screen. I'm not able to access. It was like not user friendly. Like somebody who is new to that platform won't be able to understand where are the options. Only you have some vague options on the top, like home, HRM, some options. So what happened was, and when I hover my mouse pointer there on the HRM, because I have to apply for leave on the HRM option, when I hover my mouse there, what happened is it is not accessible. It is not getting highlighted. So I have to ask to my boss that, see sir, this HRM is not working because I have to apply for a leave. So whenever, then he has to give me the access. Whenever we create a portal or something, this is just for an example I'm saying, like I have taken the example of leave application. So we have to create something. The UX UI design of the portal should be in such a way that it should not make any frustration for the employee. He or she should not be in search of these options or those buttons like where I should apply. Correct. So the first thing when why these things fail is because of it is not user friendly. That is the first thing. Now testing helps us to avoid the employee frustration. That is one thing, because we are taking the feedback, we are trying it with our real users, that means employees, right? So it ensures the system is efficient and practical. If we are trying to implement something, it should be practical, right? Yes. And it validates whether our assumptions were correct, because while creating that, we might have got some assumptions. This is the way it is going to work. So that should come into effective. So it validates whether our assumptions are correct or not, because of course, the same reason we are trying it with our end user, the real user, that is our employees. And ultimately, it improves employee satisfaction. Correct. So this is why testing for our HR solution. Even though it is HR solution, even though it is a portal, we will have the trial method, like how to improve it, how the users or the employees feel. These all things we get from the feedback system that we are going to implement. So this is what happens. That is why testing is very, very important. Now, validating HR solutions with user. So yes, we have the test with real employees. So this actually we are doing the validation of the solution that we have found out, right? Use real scenarios, focus on the usability. As I already told you, the product that we have made, instead of thinking or focusing completely on the functionality of that, we have to think about on the usability of that. So capture the honest feedback, then ensure practical relevance. So this is what why we have to use the HR solutions, the reasons for validating this HR solutions. Now, HR testing examples. So now let's look at like where this testing applies in HR, because this is the question everybody will be having in mind, like where we have to implement it, or why you have to implement. I have already answered here. Why you have to implement it, I have already answered. Where to implement it, right? So let's look at that. Where to implement this one? We can implement this in leave management system. This is very, very common example, and I have already told you an example for that, like my case. Then you can this implement this in recruitment portal. That is also need the usability testing, right? Onboarding process can be tested for the clarity. Then even feedback tools should be validated with users, because once we give the feedback system, and the the feedback system itself is not working fine, then everything will go in vain. Correct. So these are the like where these are the portals, or these are the solutions where we use the, or we test our solutions. Now, moving forward, user testing methodologies. So here, there are different ways actually to test our solutions, because we know that we have created one, because we have gone through all the steps. Now we are at the stage, means we are during the prototype stage, we have created one. Now we are in testing phase, correct? So there are different ways to test our solutions. Like usability testing focuses on the ease of using. Then we have interviews. Then we have the surveys. That is to interviews and surveys. What it will do is it will directly gather the feedback. It is very easy, right? Because when we send that link to the employee, I mean surveys I'm talking about, when we send one link to the, or feedback link, if we send to the employee will tell, like will give us the honest feedback, and we can see what are the suggestions by the, even by the employee too. Yes. Then A by B testing compares the two versions. We will be seeing what is that A by B testing, how it compares and all. Field testing. Field testing is very, very important thing, which will teach you a lot of things actually. When you go for field testing, what happens is actually like all those pre-notions that you might have already had, everything will be like changed, because field testing is very, very important part in this testing. Now, field testing actually, once, like in one of the companies, what happened was we were working for a social innovation program. like we have to find a solution. We have to, first of all, we have to find a problem from the society, and then we have to find the solution for that. So that was the task given to our group. We can pick any topic. So what we had picked was the Mangalore horticulture kind of thing. Okay. So that is like when then what happened is actually we thought of like, because that time we were into Mangalore actually. So we thought, okay, this is very fine, very good topic. We have a vast, because Mangalore, they, like we have the agriculture office there, also they have the agriculture office which is called as Krishi Vigyan Kendra. So what happened is, in our mindset, we were 4 or 5. So in our mindset, it was like very easy task. We have just done the empathy part. For empathy part, we have to actually ask to the real. We have to go to the real users actually. So it is very easy. We, as a like complete group, we will visit the agriculture office, that is a Krishi Vigyan Kendra. We will collect our data. That's it, over. So this is what the mindset which we had, and we started in collecting data. We went to the agriculture office. First of all, we thought of like, okay, we will just interview that person who is there, the officer. So actually, that lady was a scientist. So we went there. We asked. Started in a like that interview. The interview was very interesting because our problem statement, which we have chosen, was to find out the problems of horticulture. Actually, the problem was like a lot of tomatoes, a lot of potatoes are getting spoiled. Shall we find any cold storage, or what we can implement? This was our problem statement actually. And a city like Mangalore, we didn't had expectation that it is famous for, we know that it is famous for harbor and fish, but of course we have horticulture, agriculture there. So we went there, we asked, the interview started nicely asking we prepared all the interview questions, nice, super good questions. We started asking question. So the lady was a scientist. She started to answer, and we came to know that, so this is actually field visit that we are doing. Okay. So, and we came to know that Bangalore is not having horticulture. So the problem statement which we took, because we have some mindset, correct? With that mindset, we are going to see, like, to find the solution and implement our prototype. That was our mindset. So we went there, we asked questions. She told that there is no horticulture. Bangalore is famous for cash crop cultivation. They do the coconut, they do the arecanut, a little, very little paddy. So this is what we got. So everything, like all those ideas and plans that we had for that day was a failure actually, because we had plans like we will go to the agriculture officer, from there we will go to the market we will just interview the direct not the middleman, the direct like customers or marketing people. So this was end user, this was what in our mind. Then we came to know that Bangalore is not, horticulture is not there actually, they are not producing tomatoes. So we were like, so no need of cold storage, nothing, all the things are coming from Kolar and other regions of Karnataka. So this is like this is happens when we go for actually field visit. Sometimes we will be right, sometimes everything will go wrong. So then we have to again work on we have to find our another problem, like a social innovation problem statement. Then we have to work on that. Then we have to come up with a prototype. All these things happen. So that is what actually happens when we really try to do this. We interview somebody, we will get a lot of knowledge from that person. When we just do a survey, we get those things. Then we can do the testing part, field visit, which is very, like, what we can say, unavoidable thing in design thinking actually. So this is about the user testing methodologies. Now I told about, like, okay, usability testing in HR, task based testing, observe. So this is what we will do actually. Like the product, our solution will be the task based kind of, and we will just observe whether our employees are, how the employees are doing, taking actions on that particular task. We will identify the confusions to improve the workflow, like what should be done, enhance the UX, because in this case, if we are taking the case of portal, I mean leave or applying portal or anything, it is something that has to be something there is to deal with the UX design, right? So that is how the usability testing in HR works. And we have, like, this happens actually when these are some of the problems when we observe our employees. These are the things that maybe that will be undergoing in their mind, like didn't understand the purpose of the website, a user forgot password, needed to reset. Sometimes if you are not creating a user friendly design, what happens is, if forgot password, now we have reset option. What if your created design is not having a reset password, correct? Those things, then user couldn't find the login button. It should be, the complete design should be in such a way that it is user friendly for our employees, for the end user. Benefit of creating account was not clear, user didn't understand, all those things, many options didn't match, user needs two-factor authentication. So this should not, everything, when we try to implement these things, it should be kind of like not frustrating our employees actually, because they have the work in between. If they have to just apply for a leave, they have their, maybe like we could say they have a lot of work pressure, or the target, the timings with which they have to complete their work. Within that, along with that, if you are giving an added frustration, like just to apply one leave, I have to go through all these things. So this will be it is actually against, like opposite to that of usability, right? So when you design something, the usability testing should be done. Yes. Now we have the interviews and surveys. So this is very, very important part in testing phase actually. Interviews allow us actually to understand user feelings. That means in our case, it is of course the employees. So employee feelings we can understand. Then this survey help us to collect the feedback from many users. It is not only one person. We have a lot of employees in our organization or company. So we get when we do survey, the feedback is not of any single person, it is of the many people. And both methods actually provide valuable insights. Both are very important. Even if it is interview, or even if you are having the survey, doing the survey, both of them give you tons of data actually. And you know that nowadays, like the modern world is playing a lot with data management system, I mean datas, right? Yes. So they help in identifying the pain points we already have discussed. What the employee feel, a negative feeling of the employee. So everything we will get a clear idea through these steps, interviews and surveys. Then the feedback guides us for the improvement, right? Because we are collecting feedback from the employee, so they are giving us the suggestion. So this will help us to make the more improvements actually. Yes. Now, field testing, this is what I have already discussed with you. Field testing is very, very important. We go to that particular place which is connected with that our problem statement. Maybe it is a place, or if it is a software, we have to do in that way the field visit. So it is like the field visit happens in the real world environment, actually, real work environment actually. Users will interact with the system. Naturally, we will have that. We are able to see, we are able to interact, or like what is going on, we can write, like we can get it correctly. So we observe the real challenges they face, our employees, what they are facing. We will be able to observe that, we will be able to understand that, and this will be giving you a, like, the data kind of insights, that is context kind of insights you will be getting. So how it will be helping us, it improves the practicality of our solutions, right? How much practical is our solution or the product. We will get that idea with the help of field visiting, because we are in place of that real environment. So this works very best. Yeah, this is like I have just mentioned how the things get started. The recruiters used to visit for context inquiry, reviews your existing node, then visit at least 5-6 users. Visit at least 5-6 users. This is very, very important step. Meet the user, then we will create the flexible plan, frame the visit, and set the boundaries. Actually, when you try to interview, or when you do the survey, there is a method, like what are the questions to be asked, what and what not. This is very, very important. Since because sometimes you will be like dealing with people, maybe you are trying your solution, maybe you are trying with the employee, but this will be like maybe it is evaluated by your higher official, maybe the manager, maybe you are a team lead, or you maybe the manager, the higher official in the hierarchy, maybe like evaluating this. So it is like when you do something, there are something like some limitations to ask whatever questions to be asked. You can't ask an employee like that nonsense questions, right? You have to ask in the feedback. It should be in a proper way that the employee feels like filling it. Yes. So there is a particular way to prepare these maybe survey report, or the questions for the survey, or the questions for the interview feedback, or whatever it is. So there are things like what are the questions to be included and what not. So you should be very much particular about this thing. What are the things we have to include, what are the things you should not include. So yes, then start to observe. So here the maybe the manager or HR, whoever it is starting to observe jobs to be done, the emotions of the employee, the distractions the employee is having. Because when you try to implement this thing, these all are the behavior of the employee that you should observe. Distractions, hidden bias, behavior, the thoughts, the problems, the confusions that employees are having in using your portal, or UA issues, like how the background works, takes notes. So once you observe here, the next thing that you have to do is you have to note down that what are the things they feel like, what are the confusions they have, what are the emotions through which your employee is going on, when, like, I mean, your employee is going through when you are trying to implement something. Then review your notes, questions, the feedback, the need, then present your findings to your higher official, test it, improve it. So this is how this happens. It starts from the like trying to implement, then interview, surveys, everything will be done. Then you are trying to implement, then you observe your employee, you take note of everything, and you try to improve it. So that is how the system completely works. The complete design thinking works in this way, and finally we will come up with the right solution. That is how it works. And you may think that this is taking too much of time. No, design thinking, if you are trying to apply the design thinking, it won't make too much of time. Because just think that in a like you are not having much idea about something, you are trying to implement something, then you like you did the prototype, you I mean you found like you have done the completely done with your solution, and now you are trying to implement. What if everything goes wrong? So that is why we use the design thinking steps, which helps you to reframe or rework at every stage, which will be taking less time. Now, gathering feedback effectively. So there I told you, right? There should be something when you do the feedback or when you do the surveys, some of the things you should be very much careful about. So in that, one is like feedback should always be in a structured, and it should be in a meaningful way. We should be asking open-ended questions. And it is like listening is more important than speaking. Avoid the influencing the user's answers. So feedback should be like a way that you are not making your employee to reach a particular answer. No, it should not be in that way. Your questions should be open ended in such a way that your employee should think about it and fill the feedback form. It is not, your question should not be like you are even giving a hint in your question that the employee will answer that itself. Employee will be able to point out that and answer that one. It should not be that way. It won't work in that way actually. So it should be like open-ended questions. Then listen more than speaking. Avoid this, that is what I told, influencing the user's answers. You should not influence their answers. You should not give any hint for your employee. And focus on understanding their expectations, focus on user experience. Here you have how effectively you can gather your feedback, understand the purpose, select relevant topics, craft open-ended questions, encourage the reflection. Very, very important, because we know that there are a lot of employees Even though we send the feedback form or pulse surveys repeatedly, they are not interested in doing that. Some, I'm not talking about all, some of the employees. So we have to encourage them, see, this is for improving the company branding, this is for improving you people, we are trying to implement, we need your suggestion. So this is how you encourage your employee to do the, to fill the feedback form or pulse survey or whatever it is. And just getting their suggestions is enough? No, you have to listen what they are saying. See, the employees had submitted, you have 25 employees, you have submitted 25, they have submitted 25 feedbacks, that's it over? No, you have to go through whatever they have submitted, what are the suggestions each of them have requested for. Also, if you need any more information, you can ask them privately, like personally, what is that, not in a group discussion, group meeting or something. Just you can personally ask them, what is that suggestion you have meant here, why do you think so? This is just for the improving the company's branding or the flow, for the proper flow functioning of our company, right? Then foster dialogue, iterate and refine. Iterate, we already know that if something is not working, we will go back again, we will redo. That's it. Yes. So now here comes the activity for all of you. Yes, this is activity 1. Identify HR issues. Like many of you might have noticed multiple issues with the system. Anything, it could be any of the solution or any of the portal that you are dealing with, you might have noticed multiple issues. Maybe like these complex interfaces confuses our users, our employees, too many steps in the system, maybe poor navigation, correct? If your employee is using, just think that your employee is going to apply leave through mobile, so they are opening the portal in mobile. What if, like, if they are one page, they are having the login page, it should navigate properly to the next page, right, for the information. So what if it is not working properly? They will get frustrated, correct? So these are some of the common design problems. So now what you have to do is you have to identify HR issues that you have already felt. It could be anything, like it could be the portal or anything, any process, any kind of the procedures of your HR system. So yeah, so here time starts for you. You can, what you can do is just identify 3 HR issues that you have come across with. Any 3, it could be of any solution, but any 3, everyone, each of one have to find out any 3 HR issues. So yes, so I'm going to give you the time. Yeah, I think 5 minutes is more than enough. Yes, your time starts now. You have to find 3 HR issues and then you have to put in chat. If you want to like share it here in Zoom, you can do that. You can unmute and share it here. Yes, your time starts now. See the timer. Yes. So can you people share in chat like what you have written? Just share in chat. Feel free to put in chat. Yeah. The question was like, have you like the frustrations or the issues that you have noticed in any of the HR solution? So that was the question. Can you all please put in chat? Yes. Digitalization. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah. Anyone else? Please put in chat. What is that issue that you have come across? Please use the chat actively. Let's keep our chat active. Yes. Please put in chat. Communication barrier. Super. Yeah. More issues. What are the more issues that you have gone through when you try to, like in any of the HR solution, when you observe that, what is that you have found out? Only I have got two answers, two issues actually. Digitalization is an issue, then communication barrier. Yeah, more. We have nearly 25 people here. More than that, actually. Yes, please make our chat active. Evaluating the employee performance. Okay. More, please put in chat. Yeah, I have given you 5 minutes. Please put in chat. Low productivity. Yes. Some of the issues that you feel with, I mean, yes, low productivity. Then, okay, fine. Yes, complexity. Yeah, sometimes it is complexity of the work. Sometimes it is complexity of the portal that we use. Yes. Okay, fine. Thank you for all who have put in chat. So these are some of the issues that you have faced in HR solutions, right? Okay, fine. So now moving to our session, yes, continuing with ours. Yeah. Yes. So we have like those things which we should take care of while we like implement or try to implement these things, right? The findability, we know that if we are applying for a leave, that option itself is not there. Not there means it will be there, but we are not able to find it. which means it is not user friendly. Prioritization, the speed, the interaction cost, affordance, all these things comes into picture, right? We have the technicality of that, accessibility of that, usefulness of whatever, then the feedback, everything. Yeah. Now, this is actually like regarding considering the UI. It is like user interface, visually stunning. Like we should have actually attractive ones, but it should be simple also. I mean, by simple, I mean it should be like user friendly, where the employee can easily find out the options and do like whatever he or she needs actually, right? Then yes, then we have already discussed the user journey. So this happens like when we have the complex navigation, correct? When once we log into the page, if it is not properly navigating to the part where we need, we will get frustrated. That is what I told when you consider the case of mobile. When you use your portal, when you try to access your portal through your mobile, what happens is, like, if the proper navigation is not there, over, that's it. We of course we will get frustrated. Then we have the unclear steps, yes, friction point, all these things. Actually, we will get hesitated if the things are not working properly, if they are not built properly. This is like, see, bad UI UX example. See this thing. We have this is very frustrating and very confusing. Actually, we have entered our email ID and password. It shows error, but it is not asking for any other options. But the right one is, see, we have entered our mail ID, we have written the password, but it shows that password is incorrect. If you don't remember your password, reset it. This is the option we need, correct? Instead of this one, if you are using this kind of, what will happen? Your password itself, you are not remembering that one, and it is not asking for resetting the password. It is showing error, no other options, nothing to do with this page. So these are bad example. That is bad kind of bad UI UX examples. But if we are having something that pops up, or it asks questions to us, or it is friendly kind of asking, or guiding us to the next page, or guiding us what to do next, that is the right way of building the portals or UI UX design. This is some this is like the observe the how we have to observe our employees. This is one of the example that I have put it here. This is Excel sheet which most of the companies nowadays have. What they do is, for each and every employee, they will have a particular Excel sheet where the target, the KPIs, everything of the employee will be recorded. Yes, this is just to understand the behavior of them. Like you can just go through that, like no problems with the data. When taking action, user is not able to, like user is able to do, user finds it to be useful. When what are the challenges with the design? This is like same as our hard time in finding the button, or like some buttons we are not sure about what is the purpose of that button. So these all things happen. So this is something which we maintain in many companies nowadays, where we have the record data of all, each and every employee. Basically, that is a documentation, so you can track that employee always. Yes, that is a part we have to do this, we have to implement this. Actually, it is very useful in tracking a particular employee. You can track that particular employee with all the data. Was he doing the feedback every time we sent it, or what is the emotions he is going through, what are the suggestions that he have given, whether he was able to cover his target on time. All these things we will have the record data, that too in a monthly wise manner. January, what he had done, he or she had done. Feb month, what he or she had done, whether they have improved more, like in their track, is a progressing one, improving in their work, or everything can be tracked with the help of an Excel sheet actually. Yes, now this is another method of like that we use. We can say actually a small tool, we can even say in that way. This is ask don't tell approach. Ask don't tell approach means, whenever, that is what I told, whenever you do something, whenever you find you just try for a survey, or whenever you just try for your interview, you prepare for interview questions, whatever it could be, you should like you should be able to use this technique, that is ask, don't tell approach. This is a rule actually, ask, don't tell. We should not guide the user like during testing. That is, if you are, just consider that the scenario is you people are trying, the HR or manager, you people are trying to implement something and you are doing the trial on your employees with the help of your employees. So during that time, you should not guide the user while they are doing the testing method, right? If you are guiding the user, of course, whatever you have, like whatever all the things, plans or ideas that you had in your mind before implementing it or before trying it, that will happen because you are giving them the hint, you are guiding them. So that is what happens. We won't be able to understand whether this method is going to work or it will be going wrong. So to know that, to understand that or to confirm that thing, you should not guide the user during the testing. Let your user or let your employee explore completely the system. I mean, independently. They should independently explore the system. Let them do that, because then only you will come to know that what is the emotions or what are the confusions your employee is going through while using the solution. Then only you can improve your solution, right? Otherwise, if you try to implement this to any other person, the same thing happens. Nothing works. So always don't guide your employee or don't guide your real user, whoever is the user. Don't guide them. Let them explore independently. Ask questions instead of giving instructions. That is what I told you. Should never give them the instruction. They should ask you how to use this or what is that I have to do, how this button works. They should ask you. If that is valid question, you can understand that, okay, this is something that works. If even those people are not even able to understand why this implementation system or why this user interface system, then whatever you are trying to implement is a failure actually. So that is why I told you should never make your employee to like answer in such a way that what you expect. Don't make them to do that. Ask questions instead of giving them the instruction. Don't give any instruction. Let them explore the thing that you are giving. I mean, the solution that you are providing. And then from that, you will be able to understand, filter out the improvements. This is how we will get the honest insights. So ask questions, don't guide your user, avoid leading to answer, never lead your employee to a particular answer. Encourage honesty, let the users explore it independently. So this is how, so if the employee is using this method, if you are trying this method, you will be able to understand what doesn't works for your solution, what works for your solution. Yes. Now here comes, so now we are dealing with the questions, right? I told you those questions are, you should ask questions but should not give them the instruction. So now this is the part, very, very important. Another part, that is, you should, the questions itself, we have good question and bad question. Open-ended questions it should be, I already told you. Avoid yes or no, because yes or no questions is just going to give yes or no. That's it. No more further information. You can't collect no more informations, right? So the quality of the questions matters a lot. Avoid this yes or no. And I already discussed you, no leading questions. They should come up with the question. It is not like we give some hint in our question and those people will ask the same question. It should not happen. No leading questions. Focus on the experience, encourage the feedback. So always ask open-ended questions. This will help you to gather the deeper insights. So here, for example, here you can see good question, what, how, focused on taking action. Bad questions, you see, why, when we will implement this, to whom you will do that, who will do this, why we have to implement this. All these questions are actually of bad kind of questions actually. Why we have to, if you are trying to implement one question, don't ask many lot why questions, when questions, who questions. Don't do that. What, how to implement, what are the, like, how would you like to help us in implementing this or something. Those kind of how questions you have to do. So we have two types of questions, open-ended question and closed question. And in fact, these two depends upon the scenario that we are dealing with. Both of them are important, but still in our scenario, it should be open-ended question. Prompt individuals to think critically, reflect, and because we are asking open-ended question, we are not making them to lead to any kind of question. Okay. Closed require specific and often brief answers from a, that is what, if you give a closed kind of question, they will be having some predetermined notions in their head. So they will think in that way only, and they will ask questions in that way only. So that is why we have to ask open-ended questions. Both of them have their importance. I mean, both open-ended and closed kind of question, but we should be aware about where to use it, right? So here in design thinking, we have to use open-ended question. And yeah, types of feedback question, yes or no, no needed actually. Open-ended feedback question, yes. So these are the types of questions we have. Now, questions to ask during a feedback session. So I hope you might have done the feedback of our like all the session. We are also providing you feedbacks now and then. So yeah, see, we have to understand the questions that we should ask during a feedback. See here, is the feedback you received constructive or useful? How do you prefer to receive feedback? How do you feel as if you are praised for your good work? Is there anything I can do as a manager to support your work? Good question, actually. Is the feedback you receive constructive? Are you given enough constructive criticism? What have your, see, we are dealing with how, what, we are not dealing with why, we are not dealing with when. None of the questions are here when. None of the questions have, there is no questions who have do with like something to do with why. No questions. We are asking like what, how. That is the question tags that we have used. See, what do you like and dislike about my management style? Yes, so this is how we get the proper feedback, the positive feedback actually. Don't go for why did you, when did you, no, how did you, we can ask, but when, why, all these are bad questions. So don't go for that. Please note that while doing your feedback, while preparing your feedback or surveys, whatever it is. So now I have a very, very funny video where innovation gives you beautiful idea. So this is just a funny video. We have another activity. So yes, so before going to that activity, we will just watch this. What happens, you can just see. Sharing my screen again. Yeah, so I hope you all might have enjoyed the video. That is just like a funny video for innovation, how innovation works actually. Yes, now moving ahead, I told you like an activity is waiting for us. So let's start doing the activity. Yes, we have the activity. Yeah, sharing my screen for the activity. I think we will take okay, again, we will just take 5 minutes for this activity. Yeah. So let me share my screen. I'll put the timer on. I'll keep the timer on. So the activity is actually like we told that we have already discussed that we should not, sorry, yeah. I already told you that we should not ask or we should not frame the questions which are with the leading words actually. The questions should not like we should not give them the instruction. The questions should not be like it is leading them for a particular to ask them a particular question. It should not be of that kind. We should not use any leading words. We have to focus only on the user experience. Create 3 test questions. Okay, that you can share it here. We will discuss. So we will use okay. Yeah, let me do that. Let me share my screen. So just create 3 test questions. That's it. Uh, yeah, so I'll share my screen. Yes, so I hope you all are ready with the question. So it was like I ask you, you have to frame questions, create three test questions that you have to use. That means without leading words, you have to create three test questions for, it could be for anything, for the portal, log in the portal, or whatever it could be. So can you just put in chat like what are those questions that you have framed? Yeah, let me on the chat. Yeah. Yes. It should not be like without making your employee to uh, do the or ask the questions in any particular ways. It should not be in that way. Okay. Can you just type in chat? Just ask question, like just feedback. See, for example, your employee is like having, they are logging into their portal. Just imagine that as a scenario. So what are the questions, feedback questions that you may ask without any leading words? Can you just point out a few here in chat? How would you like to describe your user experience? Okay, fine. Any other questions, please put in chat. Yeah, please put in chat. Whatever questions comes to your mind or whatever that you have framed. Yeah, that is a nice question. Like, how would you like to describe your user experience? Yes. Any other questions? More questions? I'm expecting more. How did you feel while using? Yeah, super good. Then, please type in chat. More questions. See, we are nearly 30 people, right? At least we should get 10 questions minimum. Yes, quickly put in chat. Don't hesitate to put in chat, please. If anybody would like to share in Zoom, you can do that also. Yeah, only 2 questions. What are the questions that you have framed? That good questions, okay? Yeah, I expect more question. Minimum 5. Only 2 I have got. 3 more. Yeah, quickly put in chat. What would you change to make the experience better for you? Yes, super. Very important question, right? The same thing. Like, how would you, how will you describe your experience? How would you felt? Like, what have you felt while using the um, product or solution? Yeah, more question, please, from different people. Even participation matters. Ah, okay, that was not a question. I thought that was a question. Okay. Yes, I'm eagerly waiting. Please put your questions. Maybe 2, 3 more. Then we will continue with our session. Yeah, you all are into maybe management or business side, right? You would have got a lot of questions actually. Stuck with 2 questions, 2, 3. I want 3 more. Yeah, please put. That is like, what are the questions? That means you have to frame the question. The scenario is your employee is, I mean, you are trying to implement something and the employee is working on that. Maybe it could be a portal or whatever it is. Employee is working on that. And what are the questions that you will frame in that feedback? of the like whatever the employee is working with. Was it confusing or difficult to understand? Okay, super good. So yeah, so these are the possible questions, right? It's yeah, like you all have done here, like written some of the questions like, how would you like to describe your user experience? Great. How did you feel while using? Great question. Was it confusing or the difficult to understand? Right? Yes, we have the questions like, we can ask like, was there any step that you were like that you got stuck with? Correct. When you were using, was there any step that you got stuck with? uh yeah, what did you like the most? Yeah, because we need the suggestion for, yes, great question. Then how would you improve this experience? How would you like to improve this experience? You can ask that question. What was the most confusing part in the process? You can ask that question even. Like, what did you find easiest while using the system? What made you, why, like what feature made you this system works easy for you? Like, because it depends upon individual, right? So these are some of the questions that we can ask when we are uh yeah, like doing the feedback or surveys or whatever it is. Fine. Yes, now, yes, now moving, continuing with, yeah, we have, let me share my screen. Yes. So now, we have like, ask but don't tell. That rule we have already discussed. Now we are going to the feedback framework. That means like, to structure the complete feedback, we have to use these frameworks actually. Like in that one popular method of using it is like, I like, I wish, what if. This is the three tags that we use in most of the this is the actually the actual method of doing the framework for feedback. So this is very one of the very popular one, that is, I like, I wish, what if. So it actually it will give a balance atmosphere. I mean, it balances the positive and negative of feedback. I mean, like, some of the people will have suggestions, or negative on the negative side of the put solutions. Maybe it could be in that way. Sometimes the positive. So this question actually balances both the negative and positive side of the feedback. So this system also encourages the new ideas. This makes the analysis easier for us. So this is the method. The rule is called as, I like, I wish, what if. So I like statement means it is appreciating, like, whatever. If we just ask the frame the question, right, what is that we you made, like, what is that you felt it is easy for you to use this platform? Correct. That was one of the I like question. The employee will answer like, I like this feature of your platform, or I like this solution. That's it. So etc etc. So it is like appreciative kind of feedback. I like statements. One thing you want others to continue doing. So the employee or the end user want us to continue this thing. Correct. We have done the solution. We have done the product HR solution, and we are trying to implement. We are testing it on our end user, that is the employees. So if they are giving I like statements, what do you like understand by that? It is something we have to continue. I wish statements, that is the another kind of. I wish means one thing you want others to stop or start doing. It may be like, I wish it could be more user friendly. So that means you have to stop the way you are presenting your portal. For example, I'm saying, taking it as portal. I like means the employee wish to make you stop the way you present it and have to start reworking on the platform. So that is what I wish. And what if statements means actually, it is like provocative kind of idea. One idea you want others to consider. What if, for everything I have given you the example, like, I like how productive the meeting was. I wish we could start on time next time. So that is like something we should stop. That is the late starting of the meeting should be stopped and it should be started early. And what if we start meetings on time when if even if the boss has not arrived? So these are provocative kind of idea. So this is another rule, another framework that we use in the feedback system. Because we need the positive, we have to balance the positive and negative from our end user or the real user. So it is like, I like, I wish, what if. I like, of course, it is appreciative kind of something which we are doing and we have already implemented, and the end user would like us to continue. That is, I like. I wish something has to be stopped and start doing something else. So that is constructive feedback, not criticism kind of. And what if means, what if we start like, that is a kind of provocative idea. That is, it's giving you some idea, extra idea, so that HR solutions can be improved in that way. So improvements will happen in that. I wish. So I like focuses on what works well. I wish highlights the areas of improvement, and what if encourages creative suggestions. So that is actually, as a whole, as a summary of this feedback framework, we can say that I like is focusing on like what works well. I wish is the areas of improvement, and what if is it encourages the creative suggestion. This framework is actually very simple, but it is very, very effective. It promotes the constructive feedback. Yes. Now, so we have here the I like, I wish, what if. So I like is positives, I wish is improvement, what if is suggestions or ideas that we get from the employee. So see here, if you have done this part, I mean, if you are trying to implement next time this part, you will come to know what the employee, what are the positives from the employee, what is that you have to continue throughout the in your the new product or new solution. I wish will give you the improvements, and also it will give you like, what if will give you the ideas or suggestions from the end user. So these all these will help you in framing or in improving, or we could say the improvisation of your product or solution that you are creating. Is it important? Yes, because anyway the end user is going to be your employees, so it is from them you should get the, it is to, like, you should try with those people, with your employees, so it will work far, far better. Again, we have another activity. So this activity is like evaluate HR solutions, right? I like. Okay. So this activity is for you people to, the same activity, this one, the same activity. You have to write like, I like points, I wish points, what if ideas. So you can do like, you can, like you might have identified some positive things. So write that positive, then write the improvement clearly, whatever you require, and then go for the creative ideas that will come under the I wish. So this structure approach will be helping you. Even it will make you like, it will help you in getting clarifying the things actually. So it makes the feedback actionable. Just like I already told you before, just giving the feedback form and collecting it, no, that is not going to work in any of the organization or company. You have to give the feedback, you have to collect the feedback, you have to motivate or encourage the employees to do the feedback. You have to observe them, what are the pain points they are going through, like that you will get it from the feedback, the way they give. Don't use any leading words in the questions that you are going to give in the feedback form. Then everything, like, use this ask not if method, I mean don't tell method, ask don't tell method, and then use this method of framework, that is I wish, what if, those things. I like those things, those you can use that role also there. So now it's your duty, now it's your duty to implement these things in your organization. So again, we are going for an activity, just very simple activity. We'll wind up this activity very soon. So what you have to do is, you have to frame like this: I like, I wish, what if. These three things you have to frame, the sentence. So it will look like this actually. Some of the positive that you like in the maybe whatever solution that you are using, whatever solution that you have implemented right now, like existing in your company. So what is that you like? What is that you wish to change? What is that you have to give the idea, the new idea. So yes, we will go for this activity. So again, I'm going to keep the timer. I think 5 minutes is more than enough, or 3 minutes, that is enough. I think you people can do it very fast because we are going through a lot of activities. So we will just go with 3 minutes. Okay, fine. Yeah, here starts your time. I'm going to share the screen and check the timer. Yes, time up. Waiting for all your questions. Yeah, for example, I'm just going to give a few questions. I mean, from my part, I'm just going to type in chat. Yes, so I'm just going to put it as I like. Yeah, this is what I have to frame with I like, and with I wish, I'm just putting it as like, yeah. maybe it could be, yeah, this is what I wish. And what if, yes. So this is something I have framed now. Like I like simple login process. I wish the buttons a little bit more clearer. Then what if autofill leave details? If I'm applying for leave, I just want to apply the date and time, maybe all other details like the reporting manager or my team lead, all the data, whom I should tag, everything is getting automatically updated. So this is something. Would you people like to share what you have written? Anybody? Anything? It could be like you like the clean dashboard. The dashboard layout is very super good. Maybe it could be it comes under I like. Then maybe I wish the fewer steps we are having to apply leave. Maybe if the steps of applying leave is a little bit less, fewer steps we are having. That is what I wish. Maybe then we can say that autofill I already told. Maybe what if one click, with the one click everything is getting approved, that system is there within the portal, or mobile friendly interface, anything. Would you people like to share anything, like what you have written? You like something, you wish something like more, you wish this might have been the feature that is required, and your suggestion using what if question. Anyone would like to share? Anybody? Just form simple one question. What is that you wish, or what is that you like in the system which you already have? What is that you would like to change in the system? I mean, system by system, I mean the solution or the portal that you are using. I like the HR solution because it makes the hiring process faster and more organized. Super. Yes. Anybody with I wish? That means you have to stop something and you have to start something. Some of the feature, anything it could be. You have to stop it and you have to start in another way. Anything like with the I wish? Anybody? I wish the system had better communication features for candidate follow-up. Super. Yes. Then, what if? Any suggestions with whatever system you're having? Any suggestions? Yeah. What if we add AI-based resume screening to improve the candidate selection? Super. Some of the companies have already implemented. Still, if we are having companies, those who have not implemented, we should implement that one. Yes, that is a must nowadays. And the employees should know also how to how to not get rejected by this AI based screening. Correct? Yes. Super. So if anybody else would like to, you can just type in the chat. Yeah, I would like to know, like I would like you people sharing things in chat. It is super good. It is super good, like to know how you people think, the way you think. Good. Okay, fine. Going ahead with our activity we have already done. Yes, moving to the final slides of today's session. We have let me share the screen. Yeah. So analyzing the test results, because we have now done with the like what is that, feedback, surveys, everything. Now we have to analyze it, right? So after testing, we analyze the feedback. We identify the patterns that employees are giving the suggestion, maybe, or any particular kind of pattern they want. Similar responses, we could say. Altogether, those employees are giving similar responses. Identify the common patterns which is having that, prioritizing the issue, prioritizing the most important issue actually. Then plan improvements. Then we have to take action, right? Because feedback, it is going on like a cycle. So we get the feedback, they give us the common thing that is to be improved, or they prioritize the issue, the very important issue that is there within the existing system. So everything, this all will help us to improve the things. If we get the feedback, if we analyze the feedback, analyze not only feedback, survey, or whatever it is, okay, once we have analyzed that, what is the next step? We should do the iteration based on the feedback. Testing always leads to iteration. We know that. We improve the prototype based on the feedback. Then we test again. This cycle is going to continue until we have done the improvement, until we get the, what is that, green flag from our end user, that is the employees, right? Till now, till that we will be getting the red flag. So we should get the green flag from our employees that it works, something is working within the system good. So this cycle continues until we improve the system. It ensures better user-centric, human-centric solutions. So improve the solution, reduce the risk, encourage the innovation, learn from the mistakes, everything happens. So everything like failure is it is an insight, right? Failure is not a negative outcome here. It gives us actually valuable, very, very most valuable, worthy insights. Each mistake will teach us something to improve. It reduces the risk of final implementation. Just consider that we have done everything. We think that everything is working and we are going for the final implementation. What if we fail there? So failing before that is better than failing at the final implementation stage, correct? So it reduces the risk in final implementation. It encourages innovation. Innovation comes from experimentation. That is what we are doing actually, experimentation, right? Yes. So test with the user, use ask, don't tell a rule, use structured feedback framework, then iterate continuously, learn from your failure. Okay. Yeah. Anyone is having any questions? If not, we will wind up the session for today. Anyone? Please try implementing all these things. Please do implementing. I hope. Anyone is having any question? No? Yes. Thank you to all those who have participated in today's session.
Yeah,
Being part.
we have to give the
Yes.
feedback.
Feedback.
Link?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I'm giving it.
Yeah.
I'll be giving the feedback just now. Please find 2 minutes before you leave. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Yes, it will be in the chat. Yeah, the link is in the chat. So all of you, please find time. Just it will take 1 minute, less than 1 minute. Please do the feedback. It's valuable to us. We would like to hear from you. Thank you for everyone who had participated. Okay, those who have shared their ideas, their like inputs in the chat. Thank you for all those who have participated, even who had made the chat active. So don't miss tomorrow's session.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, that is the final session. So please don't miss tomorrow's session. We will have a lot of things to learn. It will be completely like we will have both activity kind of. I expect more participation in the chat.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can come prepared with the questions also if you have any doubts or any questions.
Yes.
You can come prepared with that. Or you can put it in the chat, WhatsApp group, whichever you feel comfortable.
So I hope everyone have done with the feedback. Yeah.
You can give a thumbs up.
Okay, ma'am. Shall we wind up?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
So
you, ma'am. Thank you to
yeah.
all.
So we'll meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. Thank you.